Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Cyclone Mona still tracking our way. National Emergency Centre ready and waiting. And Fijians bunker down for the storm.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Tropical Cyclone Mona will start moving east-southeast towards the Fiji group from tonight. TC Mona intensified into a Category 2 system earlier today. The cyclone was located about 310 kilometres northwest of Lambasa at 3 this afternoon. On the forecasted track, the centre is expected to be located about 290 kilometres north of Nandi at 3 a.m. tomorrow and about 180 kilometres west-northwest of Lambasa at 3 p.m. tomorrow. TC Mona is moving south-southwest at about 15 kilometres an hour. A gale warning remains in force for Yasawa and Mamanuca group and is now in force for the western half of Vanua level. A strong wind warning remains in force for all land areas and waters of Fiji. A heavy rain warning remains in force for whole of Fiji. A flood warning remains in force for all low-lying areas, small streams and areas adjacent to major rivers of Vanua level. Remember, damaging winds are likely to begin several hours before the cyclone centre passes overhead or nearby. Our West reporter Felipe Naikaso joins us now from the Nandi Met office. Felipe, what can we expect in the next 12 hours?
Yes, Jackie, that's the question on everybody's mind. What happens in the next 12 hours? I have with me here Mr. Amit Singh from the Fiji Meteorological Services. Mr. Singh, just tell us what happens from tonight onto the weekend and probably onto next Monday.
Yes, Felipe, as it was forecast, this tropical cyclone has intensified into a Category 2 tropical cyclone. It became a Category 2 at 9 a.m. this morning, and also it was forecast for it to become slow-moving. It has become slow-moving now, and it has also tracked south-southwest a bit further away from the group. However, it's expected to turn east-southeast and start moving towards the Fiji group from tonight into early tomorrow morning. Okay, looking at the forecast for the next 12 hours and to 24 hours, a gale warning is in force for Yasawa group and also the western half of Vanua level. The extent of the gale from the center extends to about 200 kilometers. So before the center comes over land, the gale force will be experienced. The center is expected to lie close to Yasawa tomorrow afternoon and very close to Vanua level early on Sunday morning as it progresses to the southeast direction, crossing Vanua level and moving towards the Lomaiviti group.
Mr. Singh, is there any possibility that the path could change going into the weekend?
Okay, like till yesterday we were not very confident on the path, but now today we are confident that the system will take the path that is been forecast and move over Vanua level and go towards Lomaiviti group and pass very close to Kandavo and just east of Viti level. Okay, there is always uncertainty with the track, but we don't expect it to deviate too much from what has been forecast now.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Singh.
Thank you, Felipe.
Jackie.
The National Disaster Management Office has activated the National Emergency Operations Centre as the threat of Tropical Cyclone Mona looms over the country. The NDMO says with all evacuation centres ready, Fijians are advised to be prepared. Sanya Nimboila reports.
NDMO Director Anare Lewiningila says schools are on standby as evacuation centres and will be activated if the need arises.
At the moment, as a precautionary measure, we are requesting the divisional education officers, if those schools that are normally used in the past could remain on standby for any activation as evacuation centres.
Leweningila says emergency operation centres will work to ensure that the necessary resources and teams are ready for any emergency request from the public.
All the teams are ready in the event we are required to carry out an emergency evacuation or any request from the communities for any such exercise at all levels of government.
Police Chief of Operations ACP Maritino Ngiolewu says they're working closely with the NDMO.
We'll be taking our cue and our guidance from them as well. So we are on standby should they need assistance from us as per the SOP that we have. Of course, we are going to provide assistance when required.
Fijians are advised to take the necessary precautions as Cyclone Mona is expected to affect the country from later tonight. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
It was raining in all areas of Nor-Levu today. While there has been occasional rain in most places, rivers and creeks are flowing swiftly, some looking likely to burst their banks should there be heavy rain. Eleanor Turangaiviu reports people are preparing for the impending weather situation.
It's been drizzling in Lambasa since early this morning after about an hour of heavy rainfall last night. This resulted in water gushing from the mountains down the small rivers and creeks, bringing with it debris. In town, it was business as usual. Many out to do their shopping.
I came with my children today to buy some tea and some food items that will sustain us just in case this weather situation is prolonged.
Businesses have been advised of the impending weather situation and preparations are at their own discretion. By this afternoon, some have started putting up shutters.
I have told my business community, don't take anything lightly. Make sure you put your stocks on the upper level and be prepared for the upcoming cyclone.
In Savu-Savu, there is occasional rain, but businesses are operating as normal in town. A few salespersons who spoke to FBC News say a lot of people are buying battery-operated lights and flashlights. In supermarkets, cartons of bottled water are running out. Many are doing the back-to-school shopping and are also buying emergency supplies. In Tavioni and Boa, there has been occasional rain since yesterday. FBC News understands that authorities are on standby in these areas.
We are just preparing, tying our house, cutting the big branches and tying the house properly and filling the water, clean water for our when the food stuff. We packing in one plastic bag so that the hurricane comes, then we can have our food items and the water.
The Northern Emergency Operations Center in Lambasa is yet to be activated. A skeleton staff from the ministry is monitoring the weather situation. All HODs have been alerted and are also on standby. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
And Eleanor now joins us live from Lambasa. Eleanor, apart from the update you've just reported on, what else can you tell us about things that are happening in the north right now?
Yes, Jackie, cars, boats and planes. The public is urged to take extra precaution when driving around here in the Northern Division. The rain from yesterday and today has seen a lot more potholes popping up along the roads. Now, for those driving along the Transinsular Highway in Savu-Savu, you might want to keep a lookout and slow down along the Loma Loma Slip. That portion of the highway is quite fragile at this state. The landslide near Vatulele that occurred a few days ago is yet to be fully cleared. FRA contractors have extended the road to allow for vehicles to use 2 lanes. The electricity pole is still inclining towards the road, so motorists are urged to be extra careful when passing by this landslide. As well, there are some roadworks along the highway due to potholes that have popped up. One is at the bridge at Montfort in Savu-Savu, as well as near the Savu-Savu Hospital. Now, onto boats, the Gaunda Shipping Services has cancelled all their trips out of Savu-Savu, Lambasa and Tavioni. Customers turning up at their office today have been informed that tickets will start selling again from next Tuesday. Patterson Shipping has also confirmed that their trips tomorrow have been cancelled and any further changes will be relayed to their passengers via phone. While all Fiji Link flights in and out of Lambasa, Savu-Savu and Tavioni have been cancelled for tomorrow, Northern Air says they will still go ahead with their flights. They confirmed this afternoon and passengers will be informed if there are any changes. And Jackie, just before I go, just to reiterate the warning from the Weather Office this afternoon that there is still a flood warning in place for all the low-lying areas, the small streams and areas adjacent to the major rivers in Nor-Levu. So please take heed of this warning and move to higher ground if you have to. Jackie.
As residents of Vanua Level and Outer Islands prepare for the impact of Tropical Cyclone Mona, those living along the Suva-Lami corridor also took heed of the weather warnings. Rachel Nath visited some residents living along low-lying and flood-prone areas who have started bracing themselves for the Category 2 storm.
Speaking to FBC News, residents of Gawia in Lami say they expect heavy rainfall to bring about floods, which is a common occurrence here, but they're not taking TC Mona lightly. A resident of Wailea in Batuanga says if the weather deteriorates, they will move to a nearby evacuation center.
If it's going to come away, well, we got highlands around here, we can, we can go up, we got friends and relatives around here, highlands, we can move up. Like now, I just came in from town. I fetched a big candles and a few tin stuff and things like that.
The Gini family of River Road in Nakasi say they have tied down their house and stocked up on food items.
I have 10 family members living in this house, and for me their safety is paramount. The last flooding we had in Suva, the water level is up to my 4-window blade. That was a scary experience and we will not have a repeat of that. When the weather deteriorates, I'll take my family to higher ground, but for now I've done what I can to secure the house.
While many residents are bunking down, on the retail side it was business as usual and another shopping day for many Fijians. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
All shipping services have been postponed until further notice due to the approach of Tropical Cyclone Mona. This was confirmed by the Maritime Safety Authority as Cyclone Mona intensified into a Category 2 system. Kritika Kumar reports.
The MSF Acting Chief Executive says there may be a 2 or 3 day delay in travel plans of customers, but it is important for them to travel safely after the cyclone passes.
All ships as of yesterday departing from Suva have been postponed. Some of the vessels have been taking shelter also. The last ship that departed from the north was the Lomaiviti Princess 5, which returned yesterday afternoon from Tavunia and now in Suva this morning.
Meanwhile, vessels belonging to Gounder Shipping Limited have started bunkering and crew members are taking in their water and rations before sheltering at the harbour.
All our ships that are supposed to be in Suva, operating from Suva in Suva, except the LP4, which operates between Tavunia and Aturu, is already gone to shelter today.
All the small boat users are being advised not to put to sea until the danger passes. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Still to come, suspected terrorist not a Fiji citizen. And police continue work on unsolved murder cases. Details after the break.
Bula, neva ngoma kay leloma, ngonga nakas ondo wagrong ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya ondo talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambando ay nasere nawaluan.
Na vengo fani na tao ngo singa toka, kita ondo talita kana Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
Bula FM, nambando ay nasere.
The Immigration Department says Islamic State terrorist Neil Prakash is not a Fijian citizen. Prakash is currently imprisoned in Turkey, where he faces multiple charges related to being a member of the Islamic State. Immigration Department Director Nemani Vuniwanga has confirmed that neither Prakash nor his father hold Fiji citizenships. Savara Thumbur reports.
Neil Prakash's father left Fiji and became an Australian citizen before his son was born in 1990.
If he was a holder of an Australian citizenship when he was born in the 1990s, then he's a holder of only one citizenship. And on top of that, even after 2009, when dual or multiple citizenship came in, if he had wanted to acquire Fiji citizenship because of the fact that he was a child of a Fiji citizen, then it should be applied for.
Earlier this week, Australian Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton, while rescinding Prakash's Australian citizenship, had said by law Prakash was a citizen of Fiji. This was denied by Vuniwanga.
I have not spoken, I have not met, or I have not corresponded with any Australian government official, whether it is a minister or at director level, or whether it is from an Australian immigration official. No.
Winiwanga is adamant the department, along with other agencies, will do whatever necessary to ensure the security of the nation remains intact. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
With 5 persons under arrest in 4 suspected murders over the past month, FBC News took some time to look at unsolved murders of the past few years. In 2014, a 12-year-old girl was found motionless inside her Samambula home, and no one has been held accountable in the 4 years since. The victim had been left alone at home while her father went out to have a haircut, and her mother was in church. A year later, the owner of Lee's trading company, Holland Cito, was found dead at his factory in Lauvala Beach. No one has been arrested in that case. In 2016, 42-year-old Celeste Chan's burnt body was discovered by a team of police officers in a burnt-out company car at the Fiji Sugar Corporation Lautoka mill. The case remains unsolved. And in a double murder, the body parts of a Russian couple were discovered scattered along Natandola Beach, Nandi in 2016. Police Chief of Operations ACP Maritime says these cases are still open and under investigation.
The cases are still open, okay, until such time we have concrete evidence, okay, then we'll continue with the investigations. The file is not closed, okay, it's still open. Until there is a new lead, okay, new evidence, new things coming, then we'll continue.
32-year-old Muneshwar Gounder, charged with 1 count of abducting a person under 18 years and 1 count of annoying a person, has been granted bail by the Suva Magistrates Court. It is alleged that late in November last year in Suva, Gounder unlawfully took a 17-year-old girl from the safety of her guardians against their will. The prosecution objected to bail, stating the matter was serious and the accused might become a danger to the public. The accused told the court that he had 3 children to look after. Bail was set at $300. The matter will be recalled on January 11th. Parliament Secretary-General Viniana Namosi-Malua has confirmed to FBC News that Parliament will again have to follow the secret ballot process to elect the new Speaker of the House. Namosi-Malua says the process will allow both the opposition and the government to nominate candidates and vote for who they think can become the next Speaker. Namosi-Malua clarifies that Section 77 of the Constitution states that whenever there is a requirement to fill a vacancy, Parliament elects by simple majority vote. This is the same process that was carried out when the late Speaker Dr. Chico Luveni was appointed. The position became vacant following the passing away of Dr. Luveni last month. Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Baber dismisses Sevens camp early so players can prepare for Cyclone Mona. But Rachel joins you now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, another new plane for Fiji Airways. And in growing Fiji health facilities to undergo major upgrades. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, Fiji Airways welcomed its second brand new Boeing 737 MAX 8 today to its fleet. Named the island of Gao, the Boeing MAX 8 will replace the existing Boeing 737-8 NG aircraft. Felipe Nacaso has more.
With the second Boeing 737 MAX 8 touching down this morning, the aircraft has already received positive feedback from the traveling public.
Everyone from our operating crew to customers are delighted with the aircraft, its operating performance and features, and most importantly for our passengers, the amenities.
The first Boeing MAX 8 arrived last month and pilots say the plane is fuel efficient. Villion also revealed that the new Fiji Aviation Academy in Amaka, Nandi will open in July.
The first phase, it will offer full flight simulator training for the Airbus A330 and the Boeing 737 MAX aircraft, and those will be full flight simulators.
This was also a proud moment for a mother and daughter who are flight attendants, as they have links to the island of Ngau.
Proud moment for us crew that fly for Fiji Airways that's originally from Lomai Viti and island of Ngau, and my village is Lovu, and my father was an engineer with Fiji Airways, and I'm sure he'll be smiling right now from the skies above.
This is the second Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes that Fiji Airways has brought in, with 3 more to come later this year. The island of Ngau's first flight will be to Sydney on the 24th of this month. Philip and Ikaso, FBC News.
And we now join Sinifa from HFC Bank with the latest from the international stock market.
Wall Street plunged yesterday after slowing U.S. factory activity on the heels of a dire revenue warning and a $19 billion loss from Apple fueled fears of a global economic slowdown. The U.S. Federal Reserve is likely to be concerned with slowing in the manufacturing sector, but will await Monday's release of the non-manufacturing index, which represents a much larger share of the economy and labor market. The Aussie dollar's initial bounce from the market plunge in the sell-off aftermath has slowed. However, the U.S. dollar suffered losses following a disappointing Institute for Supply and Management report, allowing the Aussie dollar a brief chance to claim further gains through yesterday. The greenback was flat into the close in European and North American markets after the flash crash that occurred in yesterday's early Asian session. That's it from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to the exchange rates as it was set this morning. More ups than downs today for the Fiji dollar as the increasing global concern over financial markets continues. Our dollar gained against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, the Aussie dollar and the kina, but it slipped against the kiwi and the euro as well as the yen. Looking at the commodities market, oil prices rose to $47 per barrel. Gold was up at $1,293 an ounce and silver closed up at $15.60 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, a directive to upgrade health centres and nursing stations in Tavua, Ba and Lautoka have been issued by the health minister. This comes after the minister recently visited the sub-divisional facilities. The upgrade includes an expansion of the Nandarivatu Health Centre's morgue, renovation of the Balevotu Health Centre's waiting area and morgue in rural Ba, as well as upgrading the patient ward and waiting area of the Tavua Hospital. The minister has also requested the security to be tightened to address safety issues raised by resident doctors. The minister's visitation included a tour of the new Ba Hospital, which was recently completed. And that's a wrap from the business desk for this week. Jamie joins you now with the latest in sports.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. In sports tonight, fully targets 2020 Olympic qualification for Fijiana. An outreach program planned for Touch Rugby Fiji. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Airways Sevens coach Gareth Baber has released his players from camp due to the adverse weather conditions forecast for the entire country. Weber says the initial plan was to go on break tomorrow, but they decided to release players earlier so they can join their families in time to prepare for the approaching cyclone. The team will go back into camp on Tuesday to prepare for the Hamilton tournament, where Fiji is pooled with Australia, Argentina and Wales. The Hamilton Sevens will be held on the 26th and 27th of this month, and you can catch all the action live right here on APC TV. The Fijiana Sevens will have to improve their series standings this season to qualify for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, Japan. While that is the primary goal, head coach Sayasi Fuli plans to take it one tournament at a time while constantly improving. Koroi Tandulala reports.
Fuli says the players need to raise their fitness level and maintain a good state of mind as they progress through the season.
Starting with the first block, that is, if we want to qualify in the series, we need to keep playing well. We need to keep winning in all our matches in the series, and that is the building block going towards the Olympics.
The team expects a good outing in its next series leg in Sydney from the 1st to the 3rd of next month.
But now going to Sydney, that is the challenge. That is what we want to provide, and that is to play competitive and good rugby, and always instill the right mindset with the girls that we always have to play and win.
Fijiana will have to pull out from the bottom half of the standings to qualify for the 2020 Olympics. Koroi Tandulala, FBC Sports.
London Irish coach Declan Kidney has praised the arrival of Fijian fly half Alibreti Vetokani, saying he has a lot of talent and potential. Fiji-born Joe Thokanasiga has been highlighted as arguably England's only destructive winger. Touch Rugby Fiji plans to conduct an outreach program to introduce the sport to more young people. Manager and trainer Fisaitu Mario says most players have a hard time adjusting from local touch rugby to league touch. He adds there aren't many people who are aware of the sport in the country. The planned outreach program is aimed at growing the sport in Fiji by increasing participation.
They're introducing the sport to a lot of younger players. There's a lot in the club competition. There's a lot of school players taking up the sport. Some do it for off-season, some do it because they love it. Yeah. So it's a good thing, and it's easier for us when we introduce new things to the sport. They're keen to take it on board. Yeah? So we hope the young players that are coming on board actually learn and move the game forward. Yeah?
That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather, and in the world of the weird and the wonderful, take a look at the historic Sea Temple in Bali, Indonesia. That's coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबोलुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फिजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In new media tonight, from the Sony robot companion dog to LG's crazy rollerball TV. Let's find out where the best tech from CES 2018 is now. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Tropical Cyclone Mona has continued to intensify and is moving gradually towards the group. It's expected to bring gusty winds, heavy rain and flash flooding as it comes closer and hits land late Sunday or early Monday. If you live in a flood-prone area, take extreme care. The same goes for drivers and others using the roads. Also, stock up all food necessities and stay away from falling trees. Now, taking a look in the west today, slight showers were throughout, more rolling in later tonight. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, a very rainy day with thunderstorms in the bag for later tonight. And up north, more of the same rainy weather, wind speeds are likely to increase. At sea, southeast winds gusting to 45 knots, very rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 7:14 a.m. with low tide at 1:02 p.m. Sunrise at 6:36. For tomorrow, the approach of Tropical Cyclone Mona is indicated to bring heavy showers and strong gusty winds, Ensure to secure any loose objects around your house that might go flying. Tomorrow's temps, all centers will be in the low 30s. And looking further on to Sunday, heavy showers, gale force winds with squally thunderstorms are likely as TC Mona passes by. So stay safe and take care of the little ones. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, should overseas-based 15s players be released early to prepare for the World Cup?
Yes, they should give them enough time for them to come and prepare.
Yes, because they should come and represent the country.
I think so. They should be released early so the players can adapt to their style of game.
They released from their club as soon as possible to prepare them for the World Cup and to meet the local boys so that they can get to know each other and get to know the games.
Yes, they should be released earlier so they can prepare well for the Rugby World Cup and in order to win.
Yeah, I definitely feel that players should be given extra time. The World Cup is a 4-year program. It's not just a short tournament. It's a preparation of 4 years, and they should definitely be given time.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, Cyclone Mona still tracking our way. National Emergency Centre ready and waiting. And Fijians bunker down for the storm. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, do you think you will keep your New Year's resolution? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day. The new Boeing 737 MAX 8 named the island of Ngau. It's the second MAX 8 aircraft to join the Fiji Airways fleet, and the lovely picture was sent in by Mike Jameson. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।